Hello everyone, I'm Mohammed Tushar and welcome. Today we're going to break down a term that you've probably been hearing everywhere lately, vibe coding. Is it a threat to your job, or is it the ultimate turbo boost for your career? Let's find out.
Okay, let's just dive right into the biggest question on every developer's mind. Will AI take my job? You know, this is the central anxiety for so many of us right now. There's all this chatter online about AI making programming obsolete, but is that really what's happening? Well, it all comes down to how you look at it. There are really two camps forming. On one side, you have the fear mindset. AI is here to replace me, so what's the point of coding anymore? But on the other side, you have this incredible sense of opportunity. Wow, the AI can handle all the repetitive boilerplate stuff. That means I'm free to think bigger, to architect and to build things I never had time for before.
And what's really fascinating is that your mindset, well, it's everything. And right at the heart of this massive shift is this new concept that people have started calling vibe coding. So what is it exactly? To put it simply, vibe coding is when you lean on an AI assistant to do the heavy lifting. Instead of typing out every single line of code yourself, you give the AI commands in plain English. You're basically describing the vibe of what you want. Create a new API endpoint for user login, or write a function that capitalizes the first letter of a string. And the AI just generates the code for you.
You're probably already familiar with some of these tools, right? Things like GitHub Copilot, Cursor AI, or Replit AI. When you use these, your role fundamentally changes. You become less of a line-by-line typist and more of a director or a commander, telling the AI what to build so you can get the job done way faster and more efficiently.
Now, this shift from being a writer to a director, it might feel totally new and maybe a little scary. But here's the thing, it's a pattern we have seen over and over again throughout history. Technology has always changed how we do our work, without necessarily replacing the work itself.
I mean, let's just look back for a second. Think about transportation. The automobile didn't get rid of the need for travel, right? It just replaced the horse and carriage. It was a massive leap in efficiency that just made sense.
Or what about writing? We went from clunky typewriters to word processors. And the point wasn't to stop people from writing, it was to make writing faster, easier to edit, and honestly, a lot more powerful.
And the same exact thing happened with photography. We went from these complicated film cameras that required a darkroom to these incredible high-quality cameras that we all carry around in our pockets. It didn't kill photography. If anything, it made it more accessible to everyone, and it completely changed what it meant to be a photographer.
And that brings us right back to today. We're moving from that manual line-by-line coding process to a new model of vibe coding paired with AI-assisted review. Just like all those other shifts, programming is just evolving. It's moving towards higher productivity, not towards becoming obsolete. So, the really crucial point here is figuring out how to use this new power the right way. Because you can't just jump in and expect the AI to do everything for you. To make vibe coding work, there are some really, really important rules you have to follow.
To do this right, there are 3 rules that are totally non-negotiable. First, and this is the most important one, you have to build your foundational skills. Become a great programmer without AI first. Then, once you know your stuff, you can use vibe coding to accelerate tasks you already know how to do. And finally, and you can't skip this, you have to review every single line the AI generates.
And believe me, that last step is absolutely critical. You can never, ever blindly trust the AI because it can and it will make mistakes. It might spit out inefficient code, it might accidentally introduce a huge security flaw, or it could get you stuck in these frustrating prompt loops where you end up wasting more time trying to fix its mistakes than if you just written the code yourself in the first place.
So this brings us to the most important question of all. What does this whole new way of working actually mean for the programmer of tomorrow? What does it mean for you?
Here's the key takeaway. The one thing I really want you to remember. AI is not going to take your job, but a developer who has mastered using AI, they will. It's an incredibly powerful tool, and the person who learns how to wield it most effectively is the one who's going to become indispensable.
Vibe coding itself is a new skill you have to develop. It's not about ignoring AI, it's about mastering it. Because look, there are just so many things an AI can't do. It can't truly understand the real-world context of a business problem. It can't make the final strategic decisions on how to build something. It can't deploy the app, and it definitely can't solve all those weird, unexpected problems that always pop up. That takes a human.
At the end of the day, the human's ability to see the big picture, that's what matters most. You have to be in the loop, always.
Think of it this way. The AI is your co-pilot, not the pilot. You're still the one flying the plane.
So here's the bottom line. We're at this incredible turning point where the most valuable skill for a programmer is shifting. It's not just about writing lines of code anymore. It's about effectively directing the AI that writes those lines for you. And so the only question left is, are you ready? I hope this explainer helped you understand the future of programming with AI. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.